The World Baseball Classic is an international baseball tournament sanctioned from 2006 to 2013 by the International Baseball Federation and after 2013 by the World Baseball Softball Confederation. It was proposed to the IBAF by Major League Baseball, the Major League Baseball Players Association, and other professional baseball leagues and their players' associations around the world. It is the main baseball tournament sanctioned by the WBSC, which grants the winner the world champion. It previously coexisted with Olympic baseball and the Baseball World Cup as IBAF Euro-sanctioned tournaments, but baseball has not been on the Olympic program since 2008, after it was voted out by the International Olympic Committee in 2005. The final Men's Baseball World Cup was held in 2011, and was discontinued to streamline the international calendar. The 2013 Classic, the third edition of the event, was won by the Dominican Republic in an All-Caribbean World Baseball Classic final. The tournament is the first of its kind to have the national teams of IBAF's member federations feature professional players from the major leagues around the world including Major League Baseball. In addition to providing a format for the best baseball players in the world to compete against one another while representing their home countries, the World Baseball Classic was created in order to further promote the game around the globe. After a 3-year gap between the first two installments of the tournament, plans were made for the World Baseball Classic to be repeated every 4 years following the 2009 event. The third installment of the Classic was held in 2013, and the next is scheduled for 2017. History. Modeled after the FIFA World Cup and organized in large part as a response to the International Olympic Committee's decision to remove baseball as an Olympic sport in 2005, the WBC has grown into a major sporting event worldwide, though to a lesser extent in the United States. In fact, the final series in 2006 and 2009 rank among the highest-rated sporting events in Japanese television history. In the 2006 tournament, a surprising South Korea advanced to the semi-finals with an undefeated 6-0 record but was defeated by Japan for a berth in the final game. Meanwhile, Cuba defeated the Dominican Republic for the other berth in the final game. Japan then defeated Cuba 10-6 to be crowned the first champion of the World Baseball Classic. In the 2009 tournament, the controversial round-robin format from 2006 was replaced by a modified double elimination format for the first 2 rounds. The 8 teams advancing from the first round were the same as in 2006, except for a Cinderella performance by the Netherlands, which twice defeated the Dominican Republic to reach the second round. In the semi-finals, South Korea defeated Venezuela while Japan defeated the United States, and Japan then emerged victorious for the second straight Classic, winning the final game over South Korea 5-3 in 10 innings. Although the 2006 and 2009 editions of the WBC were contested by the same pre-selected field of 16 teams, for the 2013 tournament only the 12 teams that won at least one game in 2009 were guaranteed a berth. The other 4 contested a qualifying round in late 2012, along with 12 additional teams. As a result, 2 new teams competed for the first time. The main tournament took place in March 2013, and ended with the Dominican Republic defeating Puerto Rico in the final. The Dominican Republic also became the first team to win the tournament with a perfect record. Results, medal table. Once the final of each World Baseball Classic concludes, the players of the winning team receive gold medals during the closing ceremony immediately after the losing team receives silver medals. The third-place team receives bronze medals at a separate date. Players in WBC editions. In 2006, many high-caliber players from both Major League Baseball and in leagues around the world participated in the World Baseball Classic. Amongst the players that made the Euro WBC team were Americans Derek Jeter and Ken Griffey Jr. From Japan, Daisuke Matsuzaka, Ichiro Suzuki and Tomoya Satozaki were on the team. Other internationals included players from Cuba Uliski Goriel, Yoandy Garlobo and Yadel Mata. And from the Dominican Republic Albert Pujols, Pedro Martinez and Jose Bautista. 2009 had a similarly high-profile field, with a number of players such as potential future Hall of Famers Ivan Rodriguez, Pedro Martinez and Chipper Jones, and the major international debuts of Cuba's Yernis Carr, copyright Spets and Aroldis Chapman. For the 2013 tournament, many high-profile players decided not to participate, including key players from the 2009 Japanese team such as Yu Darvish, Ichiro Suzuki, and Hisashi Iwakuma. However, other prominent players came, such as Miguel Cabrera, David Wright, R.A. Dickey, Joey Votto, Adrian Gonzalez, Robinson Cubed, and Jose Copyright Reyes, among many others. Most Valuable Player. The most significant award for individual performance during the tournament is the Most Valuable Player award. Whichever player wins it receives a trophy after the final. The inaugural winner of the award in 2006 was Japan's Daisuke Matsuzaka, who pitched 13 innings and finished with a 3.00 record. Soon after this performance, Matsuzaka received a multi-euro $1 million contract to join the Boston Red Sox of America's Major League Baseball. Again in the 2009 World Baseball Classic, Matsuzaka received the World Classic MVP, finishing with a record of 3.00 and an ERA of 2.54. In 2013, Robinson Cubed won MVP after hitting .469 with 2 home runs and 6 RBI over the course of the tournament. Euro WBC teams. At the end of each edition of the World Baseball Classic, an all-star team is selected based on their play in the tournament. 3 pitchers, 8 other position players, and a designated hitter are named to the team. In the 3 editions of the Classic thus far, players representing 8 different teams have been named to an all-WBC team, with Japan leading the way with 8 representatives. 2006 Euro WBC team, 2009 Euro WBC team, 2013 Euro WBC team. Trophy. The winning team of each World Baseball Classic is rewarded a large silver trophy as its primary recognition. The 2 trophies earned by Japan during the inaugural and second Classics have been on display at the Japanese Baseball Hall of Fame, while the place to display the trophy won by the Dominican Republic team is yet to be decided. Eligibility rules. A player is eligible to participate on a World Baseball Classic team if any of the following criteria is met. The player is a citizen of the nation the team represents. The player is qualified for citizenship or to hold a passport under the laws of a nation represented by a team, but has not been granted citizenship or been issued a passport. Then the player may be made eligible by WBCI upon petition by the player or team. The player is a permanent legal resident of the nation or territory the team represents. The player was born in the nation or territory the team represents. The player has one parent who is, or if deceased was, a citizen of the nation the team represents. The player has one parent who was born in the nation or territory the team represents. Rules of play. In addition to the standard rules of baseball, the World Baseball Classic employs the following additional rules. Pitch counts. A pitcher cannot pitch more than 85 pitches per game in qualifying round of the 2013 tournament. 65 pitches per game in first round of the 2013 tournament, 80 pitches per game in second round of the 2013 tournament, 95 pitches per game in championship round of the 2013 tournament. A pitcher can still finish a batter's plate appearance even if the limit is reached, but must come out after completing the plate appearance. A pitcher cannot pitch until a minimum of 4 days have passed since he last pitched. If he threw 50 or more pitches when he last pitched, a minimum of 1 day has passed since he last pitched. If he threw 30 or more pitches when he last pitched, a minimum of 1 day has passed since any second consecutive day on which the pitcher pitched. Mercy rule. A game will be called if the leading team is ahead by 10 or more runs when the opposing team has batted in at least 7 innings, 15 or more runs when the opposing team has batted in at least 5 innings. Mercy rules do not apply during the championship round. Designated hitter. The designated hitter rule applies for all games. Extra innings. Starting with the 13th inning, teams automatically start with runners on first and second base. The players in the 2 batting order positions previous to the correct leadoff batter for the inning. Run differential. Unlike regular season play, where the number of runs by which a team wins a game is not relevant, the number of runs by which a WBC team wins may be relevant if a tie later develops in the standings. this caused problems during the 2013 WBC, where one game spawned a bench-clearing brawl between the Canadian and Mexican teams. Involvement of professional leagues. The tournament was announced in May 2005 by Commissioner of Baseball Bud Selig. Major League Baseball had been attempting to create such a tournament for at least 2 years. Negotiations with the players' union and with the team owners had held the plan back. Owners, notably New York Yankees owner George Steinbrenner, had been concerned about their star players being injured in international play before the beginning of spring training and the professional season. This was a concern for the MLBPA as well, but their primary objection was with drug testing. MLB wanted the stricter Olympic standards in place for the tournament, while the union wanted current MLB standards in place. Eventually, a deal was reached on insurance for player contracts and a fairly tough drug testing standard. MLB teams would not be able to directly block their players from participating. Similarly, Nippon Professional Baseball and its Players Association had a disagreement over participation in the tournament. While the owners initially agreed to the invitation, the Players' Union was concerned about the time of year the tournament was scheduled to take place, as well as their right to be better represented for the 2009 tournament. On September 16, 2005, after 4 months of negotiations, NPB officially notified the IBAF and MLB they had accepted the invitation. In September 2012, after having threatened to boycott the event despite its domestic popularity, Japanese players agreed to take part after reaching a compromise with tournament organizers on sharing sponsorship and licensing revenue. Participating teams. The 2006 and 2009 tournaments each had the same 16-a team field, chosen by invitation. Starting with the 2013 tournament, the top 12 teams from the previous tournament qualified automatically and a qualifying round has been used to determine the remaining 4 teams. ALA time standings, ALA time win loss records, combined results of 2006, 2009 and 2013 tournaments, not including qualifier games. Coverage. Though the first 2 World Baseball Classic finals were shown on ESPN in the United States, the entire 2013 tournament was shown exclusively on MLB Network domestically. They also have the television rights for the 2017 Classic. Also at the moment, ESPN Deportes provides Spanish-language coverage and ESPN Radio has audio rights for the Classic. Sportsnet is the current broadcaster in Canada while ESPN America covers the tournament for the United Kingdom, Ireland and other parts of Europe. Attendance. Venues. Games for the World Baseball Classic have been held in world-class venues around the world. So far the finals have been at Major League Baseball stadiums in the United States such as Petco Park in San Diego, Dodgers Stadium in Los Angeles, and AT&T Park in San Francisco, respectively. Additional American venues used for rounds 1 and 2 of the tournament include, Angels Stadium of Anaheim in Anaheim, California, Marlins Park in Miami, Florida, and Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. The event has also relied heavily on Nippon Professional Baseball stadiums in Japan such as Tokyo Dome in Tokyo and Fukuoka Dome in Fukuoka and Hiram Bithorn Stadium in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Other international venues include Taichung Intercontinental Baseball Stadium in Taichung, Taiwan, Rogers Center in Toronto, Canada, and Foro Sol in Mexico City, Mexico. Qualification. In contrast to the first 2 iterations of the Classic, qualifier rounds were introduced before the 2013 tournament. In fall 2012, the bottom 4 teams from the 2009 round competed with 12 teams new to the tournament in 4 stadiums in Florida, Germany, Panama, and Taiwan, respectively. Though it has not been announced yet, it is expected that the worst-performing team from each pool of the 2013 tournament will participate in qualifying rounds before the 2017 Classic. Number of appearances by team a qualifier, see also. Women's Baseball World Cup, Intercontinental Cup, World Port Tournament, World University Baseball Championship, 18U Baseball World Championship, 15U Baseball World Championship, 12U Baseball World Championship, Junior League World Series, Little League World Series, Baseball Awards, World Cup, References. External links, World Baseball Classic.